in partnerships, we could actually help each other. I see partnership as a way to grow and heal together. And so releasing the charge is like, oh, this interesting way of viewing anger is a charge. Anger is, it's a fight. It's a stand for something. It's a belief in something, and how to actually help as a partner, let that come through, as opposed to, like you said, like that kind of fading or fizzling, or just then we just turn into that bitchy defensive woman.
Yes. Yes. Let's put it into a very concrete situation. Yeah. There is a she and a he, and she's in full-blown anger, which is a very good setting for him to kind of support her or her nervous system in how to fulfill the circle, how to release the charge. As long as she's in this ice-cold bitchiness, it's very hard because her nervous system doesn't offer a release state. It offers a kind of frozen hatred of revenge, and that's not a good jumping board. But this full-blown anger, it's very, very good. First of all, man, you do not have to do something for her or with her. And the most important thing for him, I think, is to stay grounded in himself. And the best way to do that is to make sure he's not so you are, as a man, not shutting down, which means in my situation, whenever I want to make sure that I do not get into a freeze or shutdown mode, I stand there and do a shaking in my whole body. So that's very, very important. So the moment you are shouting at me and I'm standing there, breathing deeply, looking at you and shaking in my whole body, like voluntarily, vividly, with all my legs and arms and all my structures in my nervous system and body, I first of all support my own nervous system in taking on the lead in this intensity of the situation. And secondly, I am the partner animal for this full-blown anger animal that resonates in a very alive way, that resonates in a way of, wow, I get that there is a lot of energy coming from you. And that is the opposite of belittling her, the opposite of fixing her. And it is a nervous system to nervous system language for I'm taking you serious. And then the second important thing is you do not have to celebrate her for saying no. You are allowed. Her for saying no. You don't have. It's like not. It's not. Oh, okay. After 4,000 years of not being allowed to say no, she says no all the time, and that's sacred. And she needs her healing. She is doing her healing job right in this moment, fully on her own, and that's her job, and that's her capacity, and that's also her willpower. And you, as a man, can do the same thing in the same moment. So whenever she's saying something and it's hurting you, how about standing there and saying, I'm hearing you and you are pissed and I'm sorry if I hurt you and still this doesn't work for me. Here's a boundary. Right. Yes, and you're not allowed to cross that as well.
Yeah, I talk about that a lot with my men, the middle way, like it's not a collapse and it's not a posture or an explode or a belittle, right? There's that
wonderful, yes.
Like you just said, I'm grounded in my body, and whether men are open to doing the shaking and, moving their body like in the midst of a conversation, or whether they think, whoa, my partner would think that was super weird. They're all.
I mean, in a fight. Right. If it's a partnership fight, I think in a conversation, it's a bit unrealistic, but in a fight, I think.
And if they learn from you and their partners are part of this dynamic, right, they could all learn to do that. And I think I just want to highlight the foundation is what you said, which is brilliant, staying grounded in your own, it's like your strength and your heart, right? The balance between I am here, I am strong, I am with you, I'm not discounting you, and I'm also standing up for myself and what is okay for me.
Yes. And that's such a wonderful lecture, because part of the human drama around anger is either you have your rights or I have my rights. Right. And this doesn't serve anybody.
One or the
other.
So
the moment that I'm shouting at my partner and he is celebrating my boundaries instead of his own ones, he's not supporting me.
Okay.
Because
we got to slow that one down too. So if he's celebrating my boundaries, but letting go of his own,
Yes.
It's not a win-win. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And it has to be a win-win.
Yes.
Anger is here as a power for peace. Because it can bring self-dignity, self-empowerment, and self-love to all of us.
Yes.
So the moment that I am, as a woman in a relationship, shouting and trying to recover from the good girl conditioning, and my partner is welcoming the intensity of the situation and is learning the same thing in the same moment, we are a win-win-win match.
Yes.
And that's so important. And it's completely invisible for most women that I know, how much men give up their own boundaries in order to support the women in their healing journey. And I appreciate that so much.
I mean,
men
so
are,
much.
Men are such a generous species.
I know.
Oh my God.
Appreciate men so much for that. And I'm also like, wait, no, this doesn't work, right? You've got to, you can't lose yourself in the process. Otherwise, there's no you there to be loved. There's no you there to be in partnership. Yeah, we need.
And the tragic thing for men is really, I think women do not have a clue around how hard that is. But most men in this society feel castrated by the structures for good reasons.
And yay! Thank you so much for your interest in aliveness, no matter what. If you want to dive deeper into the shaking lifestyle, if you want to stop functioning and start living with every fiber of your being, you're super welcome in my shaking collection. You will find the link in the description below.